Welcome to another episode of TZ News. Wait, I'm already in the middle of the show. I started. I wonder why they didn't bring any mirrors. All right, back to our story. Well, parents are all wondering, how is the school year going to start? In a press conference, LAUSD Superintendent Buhner showed a number of different possible plans for the school year and how they might handle a hybrid model. Strong possibilities of students taking days off from school, whether that's every other day, every other week, or some other model that is not yet decided. But 11 LA superintendents sent a letter to Newsom and Trump asking for proposed reopening guidelines to be reconsidered, as they believe them to be unfeasible. The letters really stress schools are not being given the flexibility that many restaurants at the moment are. Students 6 feet apart is really being criticized, and they believe that just kids move around way too much. Take a look. With all these uncertainties and questions, parents, how do we prepare? What is the one commonality? The one certainty we have found is that there will be some kind of online learning. And so let's start to prepare. Let's start to build that office space. Let's start to really think of the best way that our students will be able to maximize the online learning component. And now our main story, which revolves around the importance of accepting and acknowledging diversity in the education system, as it develops tolerance of other cultures and backgrounds that may be unfamiliar to our students. Most students aren't truly introduced to conversations about diversity and inclusion in the classroom until they reach college. So let us speak to an expert in this field, Professor of Chicano Studies at Cal State Fullerton, Dr. Mario Bando. Professor, thank you for your time. Might you share with us your understanding of how our system can integrate more diverse talk in grade school, talks about tolerance of different cultures, ethnicities, and race?
One thing that I would tell parents and students who are thinking about this moment in regards to their education is to support, ask for, and demand for ethnic studies requirements in the K through 12 system. Ethnic studies legislation has been on the books for a while in regards to trying to get it passed so that it is part of the K through 12 A through G requirements. So supporting that within your local community, demanding that in your parent-teacher association meetings, that you want that curriculum already in the books as a requirement to get to college. That's an important piece of that. And, acknowledging, right, that we are on native land. This is indigenous land. And it's vital that you understand that history of what it means to be on indigenous land, what it means to be in land that was stolen from indigenous folks, that was then toiled and suffered upon by people of African descent who were captured, detained, auctioned, and commodified to work on southern plantations and all over the Caribbean and Latin America as well. And so it's important that we start that piece of the conversation there.
May we put those words into action, Professor. TZ News is committed every week to continue a dialogue that encourages our students, our instructors, and overall our TutorZone community to be more accepting in the short run, but with the goal of converting that acceptance into compassion and empathy. Until next week, stay academically fit.